All right, we're streaming. We're streaming, baby. Let's see who we got. I'll let you guys pour in, actually. I'll play some memes for you guys.
How is your crypto doing?
Stream.
Damn it, I was trying to cure my crypto addiction by not looking at my portfolio, but you convinced me to check it. It's not going well. Crypto is also messing with my head. I can't sleep because I need to check the price every few minutes.
That sucks, bro. I might know something that can help.
Let me guess. He's going to talk me into stocks and ETFs.
It's a trading strategy called dollar cost averaging.
Dollar cost averaging? What's that?
It's a strategy where you put money into certain coins periodically without taking into account the current price. It's a known fact that you can't time the market, so why would you stress about it?
Timing the market beats timing the market.
Exactly. Just put some money into Bitcoin weekly or monthly and try to not care about the current price. Don't try to time the market. It will help you cure your addiction.
Thanks for the advice, Jimmy. I'll give it a try. Starting from now. I'm putting $100 into Shiba, and next week I'll do it again.
Good job, dude. See you next week.
Just bought Shiba at an all-time high. Kill me, please. Time to put more money into Shiba. That looks good. Let's add another $100. The price has increased a lot. I could also sell with profit now instead of buying at an even higher price.
No, please don't sell me. I'm still growing.
What?
I'm still growing. If you sell me, you will lose potential gains.
But you can also go down in value. Now I will at least cover some gains already.
You see? I'm already more valuable than I was a few seconds ago. I'll probably grow even further.
But I have to dollar cost average.
You were already about to sell me. Stop acting like you're a responsible investor and let me grow further to maximize your gains.
Okay, you're right. I can make a lot of gains as long as you're growing.
How is your dollar cost averaging going? Did you add another $100?
Damn it,
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, happy Monday.
I'm adding
Good to be back. Man, I had like the greatest weekend ever.
Oh my god.
How was your guys'
I
weekend?
should have sold back there. You can't time the market. Let's forget about it and buy some more.
Good to see you guys in. Gazgano,
Sure.
Jason Casper.
Still decreasing in value.
External Wastegate, man. Big fan, man. Big fan. James, good to see you, man. David, good to see you.
You see? I'm even cheaper now.
Damn it, you're right. Okay. I'll wait while you decrease in value, but at the slightest sign of you growing,
It'll be a
I'll
juicy
buy.
stream today. It's a juicer today. A lot has happened.
Really?
Because Bitcoin turned bullish like this, we got to go into alts and stuff. So there's a lot to go over.
Dollar cost averaging is easy. I just
Doing
need to
good,
buy a
Otra.
good
Thank you,
at the
man.
price.
Thanks for asking.
But what if it will go down further? I could buy it for cheaper, and I don't want to buy while the market is decreasing.
Let me get some more water. I'll be right back.
What are you doing, Wojak? Focus. Just buy it now. Damn it, just as I was about to buy. I'll just wait a few more seconds before buying.
Dude, I love these meme videos, man.
Okay, so what?
Low budget stories, man. You guys gotta follow. If he ever comes back, man, he's gonna be putting out gold. But the lesson of that tale is don't underestimate these flopping gropers drowning in shallow waters. Don't underestimate a flopping groper's ability to drown in a small creek. That's what we had here. Is Bitcoin took basically like a tiny dip. We didn't even test the up only sentiment. We didn't even test the year to date sentiment. We just went to FG's push-up line. Me, just a regular people held this market up. So yeah, so anyone who panic sold down here, you're flopping and groping, man. You're flopping and groping, man. You're over leveraged. Yep, and I'm coming out in hindsight saying it. Because honestly, like, when we're below these bearish sentiments, guys, like, to go swing long, you're just guessing. Everyone who told you this shit was going to 80K below the red line here, they were just guessing. They're just lucky. They don't listen to them. But now that, like, you guys have to understand that now we're over these like bearish sentiments here. We're allowed to be hopeful. We're allowed to believe in the future now. We're more bullish here than we were down here. I get that it like doesn't make sense, but now we got clear skies. Now we got the volume of all VWAPs are at our side. We've successfully recruited them all to have our back. We got the intraday. I mean, it's running from the intraday. It's hard to even get an entry at this point. You're frothing at the mouth and you're how do I get more Bitcoin? How do I get in? Man, see. But to enter from this point, you know, maybe you could dip your toe in a little bit, you know, but we are thinking swing long. We are thinking swing long. The idea of us going back up to an all-time high, you still got another 4 or 5% there, and we're likely to go higher. We're likely to go, who knows, man? Who knows? Because we don't have any anchors. That's the only downside to not having any problems overhead, is like there's no resistance overhead, so it's like it could go anywhere, I guess. But you know, who knows, man? Who knows how high this particular swing long goes? And I'm gonna say swing long because, like, you know, that's what this is. But the anchors are no longer overhead. It's a potential swing long. It doesn't have to win. It could be a loser. It could be a dud. This could all be a fake out and a short, and we just go back down and we're all dumb. But the fact that we don't have any pressure overhead makes me feel happy, man. You guys hear this music, man? This is happy music. We earned this. We held onto our bags through these moderate dumps. I did push-ups every day. I did 100 ring push-ups last night, and look, it pumped the price. And the day before that, I did 150 push-ups on a mountain, and that pumped the price. And then before that, I did some push-ups, and we held. So I'm always either holding the price up or reducing how much we dump. If it is a red candle, it would have been worse if I wasn't doing push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So on the daily here, we got the trigger wave setup. Amazing. We were afraid that we were going to get some extra flange, some extra drawdown, like over here. So yeah, we got the little trigger in the momentum desert that we're hoping for in a bull market. Absolutely amazing. Curtis Neal says, feels like I hit the lottery. You guys are all quoting Crown music. That's what happens when we turn bullish. We all start, Bitcoin isn't the Titanic anymore, it's the lifeboat, and we all start playing Crown Chakra music. External Wastegate says the life wraps are here, baby. Yes, dude, we're allowed to talk like this. When there's no anchors overhead, we got to travel the world as a Bitcoin evangelist. We all turn into Michael Saylor and we start shilling. We have to start shilling and tell your aunts and uncles at the Easter dinner that they have to buy Bitcoin at the top. And we're gonna get into all these charts. But the lesson to be learned is don't underestimate in these leveraged markets the groper's ability to drown in the shallowest of waters. These markets are coming not just for your money, they're coming for your soul and your peace of mind. And so for this to only come down 18% and then just continue up, that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. If this is funny, If we can wreck people and make it funny and just continue up, oh my gosh, that's the best case scenario. We want to, the people who are wrong in this market are continuously going to have clown makeup on their face. The market's going to clown them. But it's not all peaches and cream. You know, I got some things to talk about, namely that, like, the odds of us reclaiming plus 60 momentum on the daily and coming back in this runaway train status where we're doing this kind of stuff, it's actually kind of low. It might happen, and that'll be very exciting if we can get back over the 60 line and show runaway train daily level market strength, or market momentum, I should say. I do see the RSIs picking back up. But what I'm expecting, truthfully, is that we do get a wave and this cuts up pretty high. But what's likely is that this is not as big of a wave as before. It could actually, you know, we could be in a bullish scenario. We could just be having these big blobs of daily momentum, and we could get another one and another one and another one until the overall picture, the daily, just slowly starts slumping over. But we have to take into account the possibility that we're not going to get runaway train status again. So if the daily is struggling to get over 60, no matter what the price is doing, if the price is going higher and we're still struggling to get over 60, that's even worse. We would expect, just like an idea, you know, we come down and we come up higher and we liquidate a bunch of shorts. But when we look at the wave, it only does this. You see that? And so that's a divergence. We want to watch out for any kind of daily divergence on this, because that could potentially send us down lower than we were before. And think about how dastardly that situation would be. You got these, you know, there's going to be people on Twitter saying, haha, screw you guys, the lifeboat. Basically, they're rowing the lifeboats out from the Titanic, and they're laughing at the people in the water like, haha, you missed the boat, screw you. Like, you know, that pride and that arrogance, markets don't reward that type of attitude. So it's actually likely we still have yet to test the year-to-date sentiment, and we may not be out of the gulag, like, from an overall big picture standpoint yet. And I just have to say that as a responsible analyst. So just an important thing to take into account. But we are out of the gulag here. We are out of the gulag. The gulag is the web of VWAPs that I placed for us as a community. So we were in the gulag. Now we broke free. Is the movie over, or is the movie plot that we have to break out of the gulag and we're running away and we're trying to save people, but in our plot to try and save other people and make this a good movie, we get caught again? And do we get slammed back into the gulag again? And is this does it fake a double top and get a bunch of people to freak out, and then we get halvening hype? Think about things like that happening. But for the time being, the trend is our friend. The trend is our friend. We're over these anchors. We got clear skies. There's no turbulence. There's no turbulence. The plane ride should be easy. In fact, this is a point where you're kind of beating yourself up, thinking, how do I get a good entry on this? But the best tool that we have is the intraday. If we can be lucky enough, fortunate enough to come down to the intraday VWAP, currently sitting at around 68,475, that would be a nice high, like a good value entry for us in the current environment. It would be a godsend if we could play around in these sideways VWAPs a little more. Like, I want to see the orange line acting as support, because we haven't actually built structure on these anchors yet. We just simply pumped over them, which is a really good sign. And this is a very forceful pump. I bet we've already pumped to the golden retrace. Oops. And the golden retracement, the fib lines, guys, these is only based on price. Only based on price. There's no volume weighted sentiment. But look how, and then look, it gets violated. If you trade just based off fibs, You think there's a big short at the golden retrace? No siree. No siree, you just got FG'd, you just got VWAP'd. Because we've got these volume weighted sentiments. Now the volume is in the volume has swayed in the bulls' favor. And there's no sentiments overhead that are assisting the bears in any of this. So you could hope and you could pray for a correction down to these anchors, get some nice low prices. That's the best case scenario right now. So there was an anchor that I placed, guys. There was a new anchor. If you're in the VIP, you got this anchor before everyone else, but I have to share with you guys. As you guys know, we place volume weighted anchors at intervals, such as like the first of the year, first of the quarter, first of the month, first of the week, that kind of stuff. We could also place them on gaps. We could also place them on news events, and most commonly you want to place them at technical based points in the market, like market highs, market bottoms, points in the market, just that give you good trades and good interactions on the VWAP. And so because this long candle that we had on March 20th, not only was it a potential market bottom, which now we see it was, this was also the FOMC announcement. So this is like a double whammy anchor. I'm going to make it neon green so that it's not the same color as the year to date. But this is a good anchor to watch because this is actually the sentiment that brought us up to this point. Let me explain. So we place that on the daily. You go on the daily chart, you click the anchor tool, you place an anchor on there, you make sure the settings are open, high, low, close 4, and to delete all the bands and color it green. And when you go on the hourly time frame, you will see that from Jerome Powell's decision, we actually I wish we would have held up here, and I wish we would have gotten this head and shoulders, and we should have just gone straight up from there, right? But it was messy. It was a little messy. We had to play around with this Jerome Powell idea, maybe because it was just dovish and just kind of neutral. Jason Casper says Sam Bankman-Fried in jail. Six Juanita will date us. Man, if Sam Bankman-Fried can drop and do 50, then so can I, man. And so can I. But anyways, I believe that, what held this market up is my push-up line. So the anchor that was placed when I started my push-up challenge back here at 48K or whatever. We didn't go to the poop line. Your boy, me, FG held the markets up from a volume weighted standpoint. Like, I have hard evidence. This yellow line is my proof. And then Jerome Powell. So that's what the name of this stream is. Jerome Powell and FG pumped the price because that's what freaking happened. And so we did reclaim the Jerome Powell bullish idea. We came on top of it. We reclaimed the intraday. We reclaimed the pink line. And we even tackled the bear sentiments in a surgical fashion. You guys see how we come up and we hit the orange line perfectly. There's even like a 100x. You could 100x short a ham sandwich off these anchors because they're so good and they are so respected. But you take your profits on your 100x ham sandwich short, and then it's just pinging between these two bear sentiments, and we gain traction, and then it's boom, baby. You got you got time. I mean, these are hourly candles, so you do have time. It's just you had to be up during like Quasimodo hours. I had to go to sleep last night. I couldn't just, but to be honest, maybe I should have just stayed up all night, because at points like this in the markets, like anything could happen. And man, it's like, what's one night's sleep if you catch something like this? But also, like, I'm doing push-ups every day, so I need to stay well rested. I need to be eating plenty of protein and living I would rather have a healthy day of push-ups and muscle growth than catch a measly little pump. That's just where I'm at in my life. I'd rather be healthy than numbers on a screen wealthy. So FG and Jerome Powell pumped the price. We've defeated the bear sentiments. We're out of the gulag. That's what's going on with Bitcoin. Money flow is increasing on the hourly. Oh, one thing someone in the VIP went over or asked me about was why the 65 minute. And so I have this. The reasoning behind this is like, and it doesn't even have much to do with the crypto markets. It actually has more to do with the stock market and the traditional markets. But there's time frames that I want you guys to be aware of, and it's like, what is a trading day? You know, a trading day typically in the traditional markets is from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, and then the markets close. And so you've got 6.5 hours per day. So if you are using an hourly chart, then you get cut off. If you have like an hourly chart trading strategy, you get cut off on that last hour. And like, it's basically like trying to measure feet with 10-inch increments. Like, how do you do that, you know? So one way to get over this is to just adjust the time frames that you're trading on. And there's something to be said about like a traditional market trader. You come into Bitcoin and it's like, how does a stock market trader perform in Bitcoin? Usually pretty well, actually, because even though Bitcoin is open 24/7, these hours from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern are the highest liquidity, most like easiest to fill orders. This is where the fish, the floppers are groping, and the fish in the barrel are moving like at their fastest speed, and the juices are flowing. So, you know, it might be valuable for us to use timeframes based on traditional markets. It's just an idea. You guys don't have to do this, but like I've been using the 65 minute because there's five 65-minute candles in a traditional trading day. And so if you take 6.5 hours and you find that in minutes, that's 390 minutes a day. And so you have 5 days a week trading. That's 1,950 minutes. And so you would just find time frames that evenly divide into that. And you've got the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 13, 15, 26 minute, 30 minute, 39, 65, which I love because it's very close to the hourly. And then you got the 78, the 130, and the 195. So these are the alt time frames. These are the stock market, traditional market trading time frames, where if you do ever trade those markets, if you use these time frames, I guarantee you'll find more success. And if you wanted to do like a 5-day moving average or some sort of like thing based on the 5-day thing, you would just divide 1950 by whatever time frame you're on, and then that's what you would input into the moving average to get a 5-day moving average on that time frame. Or you could, like on TradingView, there's like ways to like enable moving averages where it's a fixed moving average, where like no matter what time frame you're on, it's looking at the resolution of a different time frame. But someone in my VIP who trades traditional markets asked me about this, and so I figured I'd clarify that for him. But yeah, I love the 65 minute, and some of these other time frames might be good too. Okay, so let's see. Bitcoin dominance shooting up. Let's look at the bubbles. Ooh, okay, so I mean, we did predict, like, obviously if Bitcoin breaks its anchors and flips bullish, that's good for crypto. So we got a couple winners here. The dog with hat. We've got this shit. Couple big winners here. Good for them. Good for them. Cointelegraph. Let's see what these pencil necks are saying here. Yeah, now they're all justifying everything after the fact. There's really not much. There's nothing crazy bullish that happened. This is a mark of a bull market. You know, nothing really has to happen that's that meaningful for us to just kind of start buying back up and just going up again. It's just this bull market shit, you know. But yeah, any alts you guys want me to look at? I'm down to look at alts. I'm down to look at like your favorite coins, any coins you guys are trading. Let's look at ETH real quick. Ooh, Okay, man, you know, ETH was in a really bad state. If you see all these anchors that we were below, ETH, and there was a lot of like FUD on ETH, like Ethereum, you know, it's expensive and all these things. Even with its upgrade that it had, like there was doubts about the upgrade because the price wasn't performing. We were under these anchors. But this is dastardly for us to just overcome these sideways sentiments. It is nice they went sideways on us. That gave us an opportunity to come back. But good for ETH. Unfortunately, ETH is not out of the gulag yet. Do you see how ETH is in a different position than Bitcoin? Whereas Bitcoin has shot up out of its gulag and it's now running free. ETH still might have to play around in here. I'm not sure, but this is what we do want to see on the big picture for ETH, is we want to see like the gulag being overcome. So it's, you know, I'm not going to complain about green candles on ETH. It just has a little metastasizing, a little bit of growing to do still. But once ETH does overcome these sentiments, then you might want to rotate back into ETH. Just reading the chats here. Oh, Raz LSU has asked a good question. Why OHLC4 or not HLC3? Because we want to get a good average. We want to get a perfect average of the candle. When we place an anchor, we want to get the open, the high, the low, and the close, and divide it by 4. That puts us right in the middle of the top wick and the bottom wick. If you have that other one, then you're neglecting the wicks. You're neglecting all that stuff. So we want to get a good average, non-biased anchor forming. And other than that, the only other reason I would say is look at the results. Look at the results of our anchors that we've placed as a community and see them for yourself. So OHLC4 all the way, baby. Trader Geo says money don't sleep, so we don't sleep, man. I hope you're enjoying Miami, getting rest, eating protein, doing your push-ups, and dancing and making out with ladies and just having a great time, man. I hope you're killing it, man. I know you are. Gus says get on the treadmill. I ordered a new treadmill. Unfortunately, it's not in yet. It should be coming today, but we're just hitting the streams pretty early, so I'm just standing. But I think I need to go for a hike today. I think I don't have any calls lined up for today. So, and since I'm not getting my hour or 2 hours of walking, I definitely need to go for a hike. So I think I'll do my push-ups on the mountain today, and that'll be fun. Trav Desov says, do I ever use DBSI? Man, I actually love DBSI. It's an amazing form of trend bias. I love the 200 MA. In fact, let's enable it. And it is complementary. You know, Brian Shannon, the creator of the anchored VWAP tool, he trades with a mixture of volume weighted anchors and EMAs. So it's not out of the realm of a VWAP strategy to use something like DBSI. So the way I employ DBSI is when the DBSI is green and sloped up. You guys see the slope. This is something that like my bro won't really teach you, but when a DBSI is sloped up like this, longs are going to play out. Even if the price isn't reacting with it directly, a sloped up EMA is inherently bullish. And I love these altcoin predictions or recommendations, guys. We're going to look at these alts in a sec. But yeah, the DBSI, the slope of the DBSI matters greatly. When we're sideways, you get more consolidation. You see that. And also the color of it. So when we're green, you really want to employ a long bias. You don't want to be looking at the tops of waves for shorts. It behooves those trades may work out, and they're good scalps. They're great scalps. And Trader Geo is an example of one of our traders who is not afraid to short in a bull market and take his profits and do all that. But it is only a matter of time before our shorts are underwater in these markets. So yeah, so it's these trigger waves and cacti in the momentum desert down here that end up playing out more favorably when the DBSI turns green. Whereas when the DBSI turns red, you see back here, it's not these BitBoy green dots and these waves below zero that get you the best trades. It's actually the little tiny you don't want to underestimate these little waves up here, these little wave tops above zero when the dbsi is red. You guys see that? You follow? So yeah, dbsi is freaking amazing. I haven't even gotten into the numbers. The numbers are the main thing about dbsi. But actually, to me, the main thing about dbsi is the EMA. I love that it flips green and red on me. Gives me good. I mean, look, on the 65 minute, my favorite time frame, we turn red and shorts start playing out. It's great. It's a great tool to use with the anchor. It's complementary. Just know that an EMA is going to change on any time frame that you're looking at. So if you switch time frames, that line is going to be different. So you want to pick up your favorite time frame and keep an eye on that one. And it is only based on price. So there's no volume weighted component to it. Unlike the anchors, it's just a little more fickle than the anchor. Whereas the anchors help me with my macro time frame. They never change. The anchors are the same values no matter what time frame I'm looking at. And unlike the EMA, unlike the dbsi's EMA, which is a rolling set of data where like old candles fall off the block and no longer matter to the dbsi line, anchors, we always talk about, we're testing that original sentiment. The original data point that we placed only gets more and more important with time. So these are very different. Even though they look similar, they're just squiggly lines on the chart. Just know that the anchors that I employ and the dbsi's EMA are very, very different tools. But they do the same thing: trend bias, potential entries, trade planning, all those things. And the numbers are really good too. It's good. There's like 42 momentum indicators that go into these numbers. When you see them swinging, it tends to front run Market Cipher B's blue waves a bit. All right, let's look at some alts. Luke says you're a natural. Thank you so much, man. Much love. All right, let's look at Theta. That's the first one. I hope I'm looking at the right charts here, guys. If I feel free to correct me if I'm doing something silly on here. Let's look at the Bybit chart on Theta. So I'm gonna have to place some anchors like this. You guys are gonna have to watch me do things kind of from scratch on a lot of these. I don't have like all these anchors placed on all this stuff. But on Theta, we'll go to the daily and we'll place one on that Fed decision. Do we get an anchor? There we go. All right, so we got one on the Fed decision. We'll place one at the top. I guess we'll do it on this green candle. And rate it right off the bat, just before placing any other anchors. What do we see, guys? What do we see? Theta is still in the gulag. Bitcoin's doing better than Theta in some senses. From an environmental sense, Theta has not exited the gulag, even though this pump for Bitcoin was good for Theta and we are now testing the gulagishness. We still haven't overcome the bearish sentiment. So Theta lagging a little behind, is trying to catch up like Heinz. It might have to play a little bit around in here, where Theta basically is still battling. It's, you know, Jerome Powell gave Theta some much needed power, but we're still testing the bearish idea up here that Theta needs to correct. If you're looking for like some bigger macro support, there's not much structure in the middle here. There's not much structure, but we could place one. Let's start at the start of the year. We'll go on January 1. We'll go at the market bottom. And we'll do this. Let's just do this red candle here. And that's kind of about it. Maybe this one? I don't know. This is as good as you're going to get on Theta. Yeah, you can see, like, you know, like a cheap overall. If you want to, if we did have to like crash down to here at the $2 here, that would be a really good price for Theta. So yeah, that's Theta right now. Lagging a little behind from a sentiment environmental stance. It's not over. It's not out of the gulag. All right, let's look at Pepe. Pepe looking to break out of the gulag. Let me redo these anchors too, just so I'm coming at this with a fresh mind. again, like no market structure up like in this middle area at all, which is scary for Pepe. Makes me apprehensive about investing in it. I haven't bought Pepe, and I love the Pepe frogs. I'm the biggest Pepe frog lover there is, but we put one on the first of the year, put one on that bottom, maybe we'll hitch one on this red candle. This was that 10% dump day on Bitcoin, so we'll put one there, we'll put one at the top, and we'll put one on the FOMC decision. And this is bullish for Pepe. This is bullish. What do you guys think about Pepe? This is better than Theta. We want to see. Look, it's coming up. We're testing these highs. There's definitely some technical non-volume based resistance, but the volume has swayed in our favor. We're now over the anchors. This is clear skies. There's no turbulence for Pepe. If we can build some structure on these anchors, then Pepe's looking good, man. Looking better than Theta. All right, we're gonna look at Bonk. Oh, we gotta look at Bonk, man. Bonk is like the king shitcoin. Interestingly enough, just by looking at this, Bonk has some ways to go, man. Bonk is okay. Let's check it out, man. Let's put one on the first of the year. All right, damn, what a strange looking chart. This doesn't look like other crypto charts. Or I'll put one on the first of the year. The February 5th. Yeah, this chart played out just differently than like a lot of coins. We'll put one at the top. We'll hitch one on. Ooh, okay, we had a big wick down on this. See this big wick down? So we'll hitch one on that. And you can see how like the spike in volume, look how the spike in volume after that wick was so great that it dragged this anchor, since the anchors have a volume weighted component, guys. If there's ever a massive spike in volume, it'll just drag the anchor up in a crazy fashion up with it. And so this anchor, even though this wick went down super hard, the anchor got pulled up dramatically because of that volume weighted component to the VWAPs. Interesting to see. And we'll put one on the FOMC decision. So yeah, so Bonk is in like mega gulag right now. That being said, if we fill the gulag, that's 20%. So you're still pinging around between, and there's also a big gap here like this. There's not much sentiment in the middle, and so the fact that we're overcoming, what is this line that we're overcoming here? What is this line? Okay, so the February bottom is a line it is overcoming. So that is some good strength on Bonk. It's nice that the people who like bought the dip and believe in Bonk are now the ones trying to hold the market up. We came below and we really tested them. We really tested the bonkers. Things were bonkers for a little bit there, but once the bonkers got liquidated and started like, oh, what's gonna happen, you know, like then it was only up from there. Once the fear they like, you know, their fear got triggered, and it was an ascending triangle up from that point. A very clean ascending triangle with a clean break up. Not much turbulence on the way back up to the top of the gulag, in which case that would be, you know, maybe it would continue from there, but you'd look to see some correction off that, or some like a big short off that, until you see it actually going over. So that's an interesting chart. Bonk is different than like a lot of other cryptos. Veracity, Chris Davila wants to look at Veracity. I don't even know the ticker of Veracity. Is this? I guess we'll look at the MEXC chart. Is this the chart for Veracity? So Veracity had a really shitty start of the year. On January 1, it was just all drawdown. And once the anchor got sideways, then we were able to finally come up over it. And we're doing good on a year-to-date standpoint. The daily has a nice trigger wave here. I see that. If we place anchors at the bottom and at the tops, and then also on the FOMC decision, and then also perhaps on this big correction here that we had, you can see it's in a similar situation to Bonk, where we're overcoming where the longer term holders are holding this up, but we've yet to contend with the actual overall bearish sentiment. So we're not out of the gulag on Veracity, but you got some cheap Veracity down here at the year to date. What's up, guys? Good to see you in the chats. I hope that my way of looking at the markets provides value to you guys, even if you don't trade with anchored VWAPs. I know that no one else in the crypto space is using this tool like me, and so very quickly I'm going to be getting subs, and I'm going to rise through the ranks as the leading voice on crypto and anchored VWAPs and volume weighted average price. And even if you aren't using my strategy for your environment or your planning or execution for yourself, I hope that you come to my stream and you see some things that you agree with or disagree with, and you find confluence between what I'm saying and what you're doing. And I hope I'm providing value for you guys. I know I'm providing value because I love my strategy. Like, I wouldn't have even started this channel if I didn't believe in this stuff. So, I mean, I put my name behind my company too. Like, you know, like I would never sell something. I'm not even a salesman. Like, I wouldn't even try to sell something or teach something that I don't wholeheartedly believe in. So, and thank you so much for 2K as well. You guys got me to 2K subs. Thanks to Jason Casper. In fact, makes me want to do something nice. What do you guys think? All right, here's what we're gonna do. One second, I'm doing something real quick. Okay. All right, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, where'd you guys go? Okay, let me open the chats again. Okay, if you guys join my Discord right here, you're not gonna see many channels, but if you want a free Market Cipher 1 year membership, 1 year free, I'm gonna give it to one person. 1 year free for one person. You're going to join the Discord and you're going to open a support ticket and just say hi. That's all you got to do. Join the Discord, accept the rules, and just open a support ticket and say hi. And by the end of the stream, I'll pick a winner. How's that sound? And I'll give you 1 year Market Cipher for free. I mean, you guys probably all have Market Cipher already, so if you already have MC, I'd advise you to not take this opportunity from someone who does not have MC. But I know a lot of you guys, you're in a tough situation, the economy's in a tough place, and like, you may be using a fake version, or you may be like just waiting on the sidelines learning anchor tools like until you can afford Market Cipher. And I just got 2K subs, not really even because of my own hard work, because Jason Casper and people like believe in me and have been promoting me and putting me on. And so I want to give back. I want to make someone's day. So let me give away a free 1 year membership for you guys. And I'll let that stew for a bit. Are you guys able to get in there? And okay, I see the tickets already popping up. Okay, so it's working. And I also put in the message on the get VIP access, guys. If you email, if you're curious about joining my VIP, you get a 2-hour call with me by joining the VIP. It's $500 in crypto of any kind, and I'll get on the call with you for 2 hours. We'll talk about your previous career, what got you into trading, your trading strategy, whether you're beginner, intermediate, expert, and what we can do to get you to the next level. And we'll form a relationship between two traders. That's what this shit's all about, being alpha and working with other people in the space. And so you'll get to meet me and we'll talk, and I'll get you in the VIP for life. And it's really bargain prices right now. I'm thinking about doubling the price very soon. I told you guys if Bitcoin hits 100K, or if I get a 6-pack, I'm quadrupling the price. But honestly, I might just draw a 6-pack on my stomach because I'm fully booked. You guys have shown me that there's high demand for my trading wisdom. Yeah, so I might be raising the price soon. So schedule while you can, man. Schedule while you can. Get in the VIP while you can. Because it's lifetime VIP for 500, but you're just like getting that, like, I don't want to say free because you're paying $500 for the consultation. It's just that $500 is what I always paid just for a phone call in my whole trading career. So like, this is like a service to the community. You know, you get my time, you get my energy, and you get my calls for life, man. You're in there for life. So, but for now, don't think about that for now. Just if you want a free 1 year of MC, join the Discord and shoot me a support ticket, and we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins the 1 year. Okay, so going back to alts, we're gonna look up Slurf. Gosh, Slurf, man. We're looking at Slurf right now. This is the world we're in. This is like everything bubble type shit. All right, so we'll go to the daily. Man, okay, so Slurf apparently was born yesterday. So we can't even place a year-to-date anchor, but what we can do is we could place an anchor on its birth. Isn't that its birthday? We'll put it on its birthday. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, Slurf's entire birth, the birth of Slurf is being... We're questioning the very birth of Slurf right now. That's what's going on with Slurf. Should this thing even exist? That's what's going on. That's what this VWAP represents. Is should Slurf even be a thing? But if we put an anchor at the bottom, it looks like there's some people who believe Slurf should be a thing, and that they're going to compete with the overall idea that Slurf should not be a thing. And then if you place an anchor at the top, these are the people who really believe Slurf should seriously not be a thing. They don't want Slurf to be a thing. They were selling it all the way down. So yeah, Slurf is in the gulag, but there's probably some potential. There's a 12% or so gain back up to the top of the gulag line, and if we can get past that, then you could see some spiky shitcoin action on Slurf, I guess. But you don't want to front run that. This has been very common with like in crypto Twitter and on YouTube's. I keep seeing like the sentiment is always one step ahead. Like when Bitcoin, before Bitcoin was even like breaking all-time highs, we were already getting the people walking onto the new Titanic. It's like Rose hasn't even been rescued by the lifeboat man in the first movie. And like there's people already playing the Titanic movie from the start saying this ship is unsinkable, and like they're already like boarding the deck and like acting like we're above deck, tasting the fake bread and sipping the fake wine, and we're still in the ice cold waters from the last movie. So I've been noticing that in this bull run is like people are like jumping the gun on sentiment, like way too, or you think you're ahead of the game, but you're actually like setting yourself up for major disappointment. Like you're promising everything. The Bible says shit about this. And Carl Jung says things about this too. The man who promises nothing, or the man who promises everything shall deliver nothing. And Napoleon Bonaparte had a quote like this too. He instinctually knew that if you want to take over the world, just promise everyone everything, and just forget about them, and just keep conquering, and just keep moving forward, and like forget about all the promises you made before. So be careful of these sentiments of people saying Slurf is the future, even though we haven't overcome the gulag. Like you should not. It's a guess. That's a gander. If you are like believing in Slurf from a swing long macro standpoint until we come over and show some strength over this dip here. Avax. Avax is a coin that I see a lot of people talking about. This is a really good. I'm glad you're having me look at this one, man. And this is my analysis is gonna put this into perspective for you guys, because whatever we find out from this analysis, you know that these YouTubers are like hyper bullish on Avax. They're tweeting about Avax. They're saying Avax is the future. So I'm gonna do this analysis, and we're gonna see, like, do they actually have a technical basis for their bullishness, or are they just simply like hyper invested in themselves and they feel legally and morally obligated to shill their bags? We're gonna figure this out right now. FG is the light. FG is shining the light on the darkness. Okay, so we're gonna put one on the first of the year. And Avax has had a really great year. Similar to Bitcoin, we had a little bit of drawdown, but we gained some traction over the year to date, and it's been looking strong. Let's put one on March 5th. Let's put an anchor down here at the market bottom. We'll put one at the top. We'll put one on the FOMC decision day, which was March 20th. And that's it. That's good enough. Look at that. Look at that. Holy crap. All right. I take back half the things I said, because what we see here, this is liberating. This is what happens when you shine lights. But look, we overcame the gulag sentiment, guys. You see that we're breaking the bearish sentiment, and Avax is looking better from an environmental standpoint, from a sentiment standpoint, than a lot of other shitcoins right now. The dbsi flipped green, and yeah, we're coming over these sentiments here. The daily looks like it's coming up over the zero line. Yellow oscillator coming up, RSI's picking back up. Avax is showing some strength. We want to see it hold. We want to see it hold over the gulag line. If it does slip, you could find some support and then come back over the gulag line. But I like this strength. This is a sign of strength for Avax that implies further move up, further swing up. So if we were to set, if we were to go long on the gulag line and just go back up to the all-time high, it's a decent 15% move. This guy says Avax is 68. That'll be a 20% pump. So this isn't life-changing gains, but Avax is showing strength. Good stuff. Let's look at Caspa. I find it interesting that some of these coins have overcome the gulags and some have not. And personally, I would rather swing long on trades that have come out of the gulag. All right, so Caspa, we're going to put one on the year to date, and looks like, dang, we tested the year to date sentiment. Caspa had some tough sentimentally. If I was holding Caspa, I would have been questioning it as we fell below the year to date here. It's kind of some scary shit what happened to Caspa, but we did rally back up over the year to date, but we're simply not out of the gulag yet. So Caspa took, you guys see how Caspa took a beating here by falling under the year to date? Basically, the narrative that Caspa is going to have a good year was threatened. That's actually a sign of weakness for Caspa. It's like the Achilles heel being sliced. It's like the wildebeest tripping on his hoof, and now the lions, now there's blood in the water. The lions know that he's the weak wildebeest. So unless we can come up over the gulag sentiment up here holding us down, Caspa is just kind of like another shitcoin to me. But also the gains here are probably like pretty large. Honestly, not really. Not really. Yeah, the fact that we violated Caspa's year to date is kind of like meh. Make sure you guys like the stream and subscribe to the stream. Follow my push-up challenge. I did 100 ring push-ups yesterday and we pumped the price. That was awesome. I'm on day 42 of the push-up challenge. I've been doing push-ups every day. And if you're gonna do that, just know that it's gonna change your life. It'll make you throw out all your weed stuff and not want to drink anymore. And you start eating properly, because if there's a day where you don't take your recovery seriously, like you could get an injury and you won't see gains with doing push-ups every day. Like a lot of people would advise you to take 1 or 2 or even 3 rest days if you're gonna do push-ups like the way I'm doing them. So you can't live a normal life if you're gonna do push-ups every day. You basically are in prison. I'm like Sam Bankman-Fried. Like Sam Bankman-Fried dropped and did 50, so I am too. Because you know, as evil as what he did was, I still have compassion for Sam Bankman-Fried, because ultimately he's like a millennial kid like me. He got caught up in some stupid shit, thinking that this is crypto from 2016 or 2017 or some shit. You can get away with shit like that and not have to run away from the powers that be. I don't know, man. I don't know what was going through that kid's mind. If he simply got a haircut and took like responsibility for what he did, he would have gotten half the sentence. But because he's a goon and he lacked a good spiritual education, now he's paying the price. But I have compassion for Sam Bankman-Fried. I have compassion for anybody who makes a major mistake in their life and they get sentenced to something like that, 50 years in prison. Like, we're gonna forget about Sam Bankman-Fried, and that's sad to think about, that the world goes on, you know. But yeah, I don't know why I just started talking about that, but that's what doing these push-ups like puts you in the mode of, is like you've seen all these people not doing the push-ups with you, and not, you know, like you have to conquer your animosity, you conquer your all those things, and you learn to just do the push-ups and just be inspiring to people, and just don't give up, you know. And that's how you get where you got to go. The world is cruel, man. The people, they're gonna watch you do push-ups, and, you know, instead of doing the push-ups with you, they're gonna tell you that your form sucks. That's what this world is, man. So yeah, Caspa looking a little meh. Dot. You want me to look at Dot? Polka Dot. As you guys see, like I have a pretty I have a form to placing these anchors that works on pretty much any coin. I put one at the first of the year, the market bottom, the market top, the FOMC decision, and then any like crazy dumps that we had throughout the bull cycle. And it gives you a nice web of lines that work. Dot is the dbsi just flipped green. We tested the year-to-date sentiment in a convincing fashion without violating it, without slicing our Achilles heel and showing weakness. But we're just not out of the gulag yet. We've got bearish sentiments, not just from here, not from immediately at the top, but also this hype line, the hype that was generated on Dot when I was in Florida back here at the start of March. That became resistance, and we've only gotten one major short off of that line. You know, there's likely a big short up here in these bearish sentiments for Dot. Not out of the gulag yet. Let's look at Doge. Let's see if Doge plays by the rules. All right, first of the year. And then, ooh, okay, so this bottom is a little difficult to like, I guess we could put it there. That's kind of redundant. It's like redundant with the year to date. I guess we could put it, you know, this little candle here, this little doji, that was kind of the point where it was only up from there. So this will be our up only line. Come on, there we go. That's our up only line. It's, you know, that 10% correction on Bitcoin was the top for Doge. Isn't that interesting? That day when that was almost like a Doge dump. It was a doggy doo-doo bag, that day. So when Bitcoin crashed 10%, that marked the top on Doge. I didn't even like put those two things together, but it was a doggy doo-doo bag day. So yeah, like this is the market top line. So the fact that Doge started dumping and like correcting sooner, it actually makes sense that now it's overcoming the gulag. Doge is out of the gulag, guys. We're riding bullish sentiment up nicely. The dbsi is green. This is a shit coin that is looking better. It kind of got it got the wind. It got like holes shot in its sail before like other coins, but now it's out of the gulag before other coins. So thanks for showing me. Thanks for telling me to look at Doge. This actually looks promising from a swing long perspective. You could swing long and just like put your stop under the bullish sentiment. So basically, this sentiment here, we'll call it green. If the green sentiment holds, then it's going to continue up. But obviously, if we lose that sentiment, then the narrative crumbles. But Doge is looking good. We love to see the turbulence. No turbulence, no clouds overhead. The only issue is there's still some technical, you know, unlike, you know, there's still some technical resistance. Like you got the all-time highs, and then this high right here. You've got, we're already at the 618. That's good that we're violating the 618. If there's a big short of the 618, that kind of implies like a down or like a false, you know, a false pump or whatever. The fact that we're violating the 618 is good for the uptrend here on Doge. Doge, one of the better looking ones. Checked Pepe already. Pepe was looking pretty good. We're coming up over the gulag, unlike other alts. Timron asked me, but he's asking me about the settings, bro. If you're still in here and you're still in the chats, OHLC4, no bans, daily chart, place on the daily chart. Okay, I'm gonna do some eeny, meeny, miny, mo on these tickets, okay? And it's gonna take me until when the stream's over. I'm gonna pick a winner, and when the stream is over, then I will give you the free thing. But I don't want to go into the back end of the website right now while I'm streaming. Okay, so I'm gonna do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. You guys ready? And here's another thing I'll do. I'll go from the ends. Okay, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. My mom says to pick the very best one, and you are it. Okay, ticket 0046. This is the winner. This is the winner right here. It's Noble Blue Beast. Say something in the chat, bro. Say something in the chat. One free, we got a free 1 year of Market Cipher because I hit 2K subs. Yo, you win. All right, I hope he gets back to me. Man. We're not gonna take it away from him just because he's not here. But thank you to all you other guys for coming in and joining the Discord. Yeah, that was my good deed for the day. I really appreciate Jason Casper putting me on, man. He's such a good dude. Ooh, let's look at Solano. All right. Yeah, Solano's a big fan favorite. Let me just brew another coffee though. I need another black coffee. So enjoy the music. And enjoy the vibes, the nerdy video game vibes. And I'll be right back, guys. Just give me like 3 minutes to brew another cup of joe. And like the stream. Okay. Man, this is a serious business stream, man. We're getting it. We're getting it. Look at Bitcoin just going up. This is crazy, man. This is unforgiving. Absolutely unforgiving for it to just go up like this. And it makes sense. You got all these shorts, like basically all these leeches, parasites, sucking the blood out of the bull market. Like they freaking own the place. All these, it's Trader Geo's supplicants and acolytes shorting the markets, thinking that they can swing short in a bull market. And now Geo's probably long, and his boys, the young kids, they think they can swing short in a bull market. And look, the liquidity gets swept through quick. It happens quick, like riders riding through town, and it's like a raping and pillaging. This is gonna happen quick. There's not many indicators that can keep up with price action like this. So yeah, it's very unforgiving. Best we can do is wait for this to like settle down and get some structure on these VWAPs, which might take some time, might take some patience. But in the world of trading, patience is not just a virtue, patience is a strategy. So to be able to sit back and enjoy watching shorters getting wrecked, just feel the joy of all these stop losses being destroyed real quick. And then we'll get some healthy settling down, and we'll find some good bullish structure on the volume weighted sentiments. That's where I'm at on that. So let's look at Solano. Solano is a very hyped. Solano is super duper hyped. So from a year to date standpoint, and I'm still got this cough from Miami, man. Miami got me like sick, and I still got this shit, man. Okay, so we'll put that Miami airport, man. I'm gonna start using the Fort Lauderdale airport from now on, because that Miami airport, like, I always get sick. So we put one at the first of the year. We put one at the bottom. This is a substantial low that we had on March 5th. And we want to put one at the top and the FOMC decision. And we'll put one at this bottom here too. Looking good. Sol's one of the winners. Sol is indeed one of the winners. You know, like, there's so many coins that had to come down and test their year-to-date sentiment, like this line down here. So many, even Bitcoin had to come down and test the poop line. Bitcoin was testing this, almost about to test the poop line, the up-only sentiment, the idea that these coins are only going up. Sol has not even, Sol is still so high up in the clouds, it's shocking. This is not the FG's push-up line, but it's, I'll just put it yellow because that was our next color there. Okay, I mean, so the colors are not lined up perfectly with the reasons why I have Bitcoin's anchors colored the way they are, but so Solana is looking like really bullish, like really bullish. Like, for us to hold the sentiment back here, this pink line, and just pump, we didn't even have to test the year to date or the up only sentiment or the sentiment from down here back at like sub 100 levels. Where it's the people who held at 120 that are keeping the markets up, even at our darkest points. Sol is like, this is looking really strong. The money flow's picking back up on the 65 minute, and we've came out of the gulag. It's not that it didn't have gulag, and it's not like it wasn't playing by the rules. It was playing by the rules, just to a lesser extent. Sol gets cut a break because it's one of the winners. potential swing long on Sol. But to long at this point is to you maybe just dip your toe in, like you dip your toe in, because this is icy waters. This is, as you see psychologically as we approach a rescue point. Imagine yourself in the waters after the sinking of the Titanic, waiting for a lifeboat to just come scoop you up. Most people are going to be selling their profits. Like most people who buy down here don't want this to be a swing trade. This is just a scalp trade. And so like as we approach rescue, they're looking to take profits, and you'll get little corrections down to the gulag sentiment that's acting then as support. But if this does end up being like a gigantic swing long, it's the reason why you get those pumps at after is because like most of the market participants have succumbed to the icy waters of rescue. So yeah, it's icy to just enter on pumps, getting close to a rescue point. Ideally, you want to get some like a good fair value price down at the gulag sentiment, or at least the intraday. At least down at like 188. But this is really great. The fact that there's no turbulence overhead. It's looking good. Solano. Let's look at Bake. You Dog Ventures, I got you, man. I love that name too, man. I bet you'd be trading the whip and the Doge and all that. Alright, we're looking at Bake for you, man. Okay. Let's go to first of the year. Bake's had a tough year, man. Bake has been its yearly sentiment. The yearly sentiment's just been a steady guide for the price. It has not even been inherently bullish for the price. Bake is kind of having its party was over at the end of last year. It got baked. This is what happens if you're smoking the devil's lettuce. Look what happened to this coin's ambition. This coin doesn't stream 5 days a week. This coin doesn't go for hikes, and this coin is not doing 100 push-ups a day. This coin this is not an FG coin. This is it is finding its starting. It's like it's a turtle. It's like maybe it's new, maybe it's trying to build its work ethic. It's going in the gym. It just got a gym membership. And it wants to get jacked, but Baked he's still just a hipster stoner. Some girls are into that, but not the best women, not the women that you actually want to be with. So I like that the money flow is picking up. This is a hipster coin, bro. This is lazy ambition manifest. But yeah, listen, and what's funny is I'm making this commentary off of one volume weighted line. I place one anchor and I'm like judging this shit hardcore. All right, so we put one at the bottom. We put one at the second bottom. How many bottoms does this thing have, man? Man, but the upside of all this laziness around the year to date is that all these anchors are so pinched and so close together that Bake has a really easy time like overcoming its gulag. It's in like a weaker gulag. Like the gulag is basically underestimating Bake because it's like you're so lazy and you're so lame that I'm only gonna just put you in this like little like wooden like cage that you could easily break out of because you're so lazy that you're just like stoned and like happy in this little box that I put you in. So like if Bake can actually wake up and sober out, then it's actually like, look, it's overcoming the gulag, so who knows, man, if we can get a nice little like bounce. The issue is like we came over the gulag and it was like no, it was like Beaky Buzzard, bro. It was Beaky the Buzzard. I gotta look this shit up, man. Look at this shit. This is Bake, bro.
kiddies, I want you all
This is
to
your
go
coin,
out
dude. You made
and
me look
bring
at this
home
shit.
something for dinner. Now let me see.
They
You
need to look.
bring
They need
a
to put like
horse,
Bitcoin,
you
ETH,
a
and Solana.
cow, you bring a steer, and you a moose.
Look, it's
Okay,
Bitcoin,
Mama.
ETH, and Solana. Look. That's Solana in the front, Bitcoin, ETH, and that's all. That's the only coins we care about, right? Oh my God, there's Big.
What's
There's
the matter, you? I
Bitcoin.
get to move on and get to go on a
Come on, Big, let's go, man.
Oh no, no, I don't want.
At least to go out and get a butterfly or a little worm.
At least
or
overcome the
something.
gulag, man. You got this, bro.
Oh no!
Just throw your weed out. Just throw it in the trash, bro.
No, I just.
Look, he gets kicked out. Look, he's going to pump, and he's gonna pump. Big is going to pump, bro. I'm bullish on Big. But it's gonna take a miracle, man. It's gonna take someone kicking him in the ass. Look at it, look. The last shitcoin. He's fucked. He's gonna get eaten by an eagle later. He's fucked. Don't invest. The markets don't reward this type of behavior. The second guessing of rescue. You get rescued and you second guess yourself. Get the hell out of here, bro. These are the markets, man. Man. How's that for a shitcoin analysis, dude? Oh, man. You guys are like afraid to tell me any other poop coins now. You're afraid I'm gonna judge your poop coin now. Oh man, good times, man. This is the best stream ever. Best stream ever. I don't even. Oh, Jupiter. You want me to look at Jupiter? Let's look at that. The fact that I can tie a story together like that with my strategy and paint a picture like Bob Ross in the markets, like that's why I'm here, man. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. I'm here because I can tell a story about a market with these tools. All right, we're looking at Jupiter. Jupiter's new. So since the birth of Jupiter has been it's a favorite child. You guys ever grew up and one of the childs was more favored than the others? Jupiter, since its inception, has been a winner. It has been performing well. And at this point right here on March 5th, it looks like we get a couple bullish anchors. These are some up only sentiments, some bullish sentiments here. Put one at the top, put one on the FOMC decision, and we zoom in. Jupiter's a baby, but we monitor it. It's still gonna play by the rules. It's still gonna respect the anchors, hopefully. Looking like it got rescued. It's one of the winners so far. It did get rescued before though, so just like Bake, it got rescued, but it did have to come back down. So actually, you know, Jupiter doesn't play by the volume weighted rules as much. We want to see these lines being more respected, not being played around with. Like, I don't like how the price shot up, and then it looks like you get some good structure on top. I don't like how like Jupiter played games with the volume weighted sentiment. I don't really like to trade this type of thing where you see structure and then you just get disappointed. We definitely did fall back down onto the 65-minute DBSI, but DBSI, the EMA is different on all time frames. So you have some good trend bias with the green DBSI, but yeah, this is a coin that's not really playing by my anchors as well as I wish, although it is coming out of the gulag again, making a second attempt. It's battering the bearish sentiment. It's probably going to be a little more technical based in terms of like where it goes, you know, because it is such a new coin. It kind of just will go to like an old level just because it doesn't really know what to do. It's like an infant still. So who knows? Maybe you go back up to the all-time high off this reclaiming, this steady upward movement. You got a 25% pump, so it's not life-changing, but you got something there potentially on Jupiter. All right, let's look at Phantom. So, man, Phantom's doing really good, man. This is Phantom, right? FTM? I apologize for being, like... You know, I'm not the biggest, like, shitcoin researcher, all that stuff. Okay, just making sure. So yeah, from the first of the year, we came down, we had some healthy drawdown, and then we pumped up. From the up only sentiment, we've done really good. In fact, this is like runaway shit. This is runaway on the daily. We're still over the 60. Bitcoin cooled off. Phantom's way over the 60. We're still at runaway train. The only concern is we've already had 1, 2, 3 major roadblocks in our way. Typically, we're approaching the point of where we can't forgive these blows anymore, and like there needs to be like a correction on Phantom. In businesses or relationships and human psychology, things come in 3s and 4s. In music, things come in 3s and 4s. And this is divergent. You see like the waves coming down and the price coming up. And so Phantom is an example of a coin that seems to be performing exceptionally well. You can barely even place anchors on this shit. You can barely even, like, it's running from any anchor that we place. It's already been like continuously rescued. Like if you're scalp longing on this because it's so bullish, what you would want to do is every time there is a top, you place a little anchor on it and you wait to see until the price comes over it, and then you go swing long again, and then you delete that anchor, and the next time you go to another top, you place an anchor on that, and when we see strength, you go long again. So you would continuously keep buying strength after the dips. Like, see here, we had a top here, and now it's coming over it again. And so now it's like it's time for another little scalp continuation to the upside on Phantom. Just know that, like, on the daily, the patience on the daily is running thin. The money flow is like massive. It could just keep going up, and price is king. Like, you know, these oscillators could tumble all the way down and the price could still go up because price is king. Price is where profits are made, and life isn't fair. So just because market Cipher B is saying something doesn't mean price has to respect it right away, especially in a market this strong. We haven't seen an iceberg event yet. We have not even tested any of these anchors. But there's like this overall, like, you know, this is a fearful market to hold because it looks like it needs like a nice correction. If it did come down, you know, the fact that it's a shit coin means like who knows what could happen, but you do have some support at 0.9, 0.74, and 0.7. In terms of where it could go, I'm not really sure. And honestly, the best I could do is just project some technical like trend lines. Like we could come up just to like up here, like 1.3, 1.4, something like that. You probably have a little bit of over. If we are gonna like blow off, you would expect it to like supersede this and perhaps go over the white line before correcting. But yeah, this is one of the strongest charts I looked at from a technical basis. Like very little structure has been built. We did get some good, it does actually have some decent structure, like all the way up until 0.65. It's just from this point forward, we've gone divergent. I don't know much about Phantom, but yeah, you guys were saying it's got good history. It's a good use case. So yeah, the money flow is looking strong for now. It's not trending down on the daily. And that is a big time frame that, like, overall, I would look for the daily to show signs of weakness before I started like going bearish on a coin. Let's look up render. Is it RNDR? Ooh, render had an amazing long off the year to date. Oh my gosh, so beautiful, like algorithmic long off the year to date sentiment. Beautiful. Let's put one at the up only sentiment there. We'll put one on this little correction. That was beautiful. And then look at the volume spike that we got off that, like off this wick. We just slingshot up and the volume was so high that this VWAP is just like brought all the way up here. And it's currently acting as a bounce level for render. This is hyper bullish shit, despite the waves cooling off, which is actually, we want to see that. It would be nice if we got another blob of wave and some higher price action. Obviously, if render's blue waves on the daily fail to come over 60, then it's lost runaway train status, and I would highly expect a major correction in render. But if it goes back over the 60, that's an indication of us achieving momentum on an overall standpoint again. And you might get another blob, another blob, and more up. So, you know, render's one of the better projects out there to look at, and its chart is looking manic and crazy. The money flow is nice and strong. Weekly is way over 60 still. Some turbulence here with the red dot and the yellow oscillator crossing down, but we haven't gotten like a 1, 2, 3 or a 1, 2, 3, 4 with these red dots. So whatever correction render is going through, you would look for it to be rescued at some point. Hopefully get like a third hump here above the 60 line and higher prices. I mean, that's just an inference based on my experience with Market Cipher B. We'll put an anchor at the top and on the FOMC decision, which gives us a pretty tight gulag to overcome. Pretty easy challenge because of this massive volume spike and the fact that this anchor is so high up. Not only has, I mean, this anchor's provided amazing long opportunities on render, absolutely juicy, keeping you bullish on render and like keeping you trading with the grain. Amazing. Yeah, the bear sentiment. So like on the daily, the reason why that anchor on the small time frames is so low, it's just because after this candle we had some drawdown. It has to do with like the volume, how the volume was looking at that time too. But you see when we zoom in, it's coming from a low place, and you think that's like not good, but actually it allows us to like, the anchor is pulled up by all this bullish volume, and so it allows the anchor to be high up because we got such an updraft from that point. So it's giving us a bit of a challenge, but if we can overcome that line and get some structure, render's good. I would definitely wait for us to get out of the gulag on render, and then it looks like really strong again. But there's other coins that are not in the gulag. If you guys rewatch the stream, if you're just coming in, there's coins that have overcome their bearish VWAPs and coins that have not. And I think that those coins that have overcome the bearish VWAPs are safer swing longs at this point in time. The other ones like are still fighting their way out of the gulag, and they very much will get there. And there might be a scalp long trade up to this bearish sentiment on a lot of these shit coins. But you simply would not feel safe about swing longing on those coins until they break up over the bearish sentiments, which would be you go to the daily, you go to the all-time tops on any shitcoin that you're looking at, and you place a volume weighted anchor on that top candle. And then you zoom in and you see, like, are we out of the gulag yet? Yes or no? On render, we're not out of the gulag yet. I appreciate you guys being good students and just listening, and it's good to have Tom Crown in the chat, man. Let me give you a wrench. Here you go, man. I gave you a wrench. And that's nice of you to, I know you were just working hard, man. I know you're just streaming, and thanks for popping in after your sweaty stream, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we gave away a free market cipher. Let me see if that guy replied. We'll get back to him later. So yeah, I think that's it for this stream. We talked about Bitcoin coming up. We talked about, oh shit, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't even mention this yet. So on the futures chart, look at this gap that opened up, guys. So this is an ill omen for the future on Bitcoin. Like I have a feeling that we go to all-time highs, but the daily becomes divergent, and we do come back down, if that makes sense. Like, these shorters get wrecked, we go to all-time highs, and Twitter is teased into becoming prideful and arrogant again in their bull run, FOMO, frothing, flopping, and groping. And you guys know that markets don't reward, markets are spiritual. Like, markets will never reward that mentality. So as we approach these all-time highs, we'll go a little higher, but then we may have to come down and look at this gap, this sizable gap. I actually I had a trade planned. It was just an idea that I put in the Discord, saying, like, we very well could reject once more off of the bearish sentiments, because we had previously before 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And so it was no stretch of the imagination that this gap would immediately get filled. But I had some redundancies, some triggers in place. I said we would have to come, first of all, we placed a candle at the candle that generated after the gap. See the blue anchor here? So what we wanted to see is the blue, we wanted to see a candle close under the blue anchor, under the yellow anchor, under the intraday VWAP, and just under all these anchors, and then that would have led to a surefire move, spike down, a very harsh spike down to fill that gap. But the fact that we didn't, like, I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, like, we didn't fill the gap. We're leaving it in the dust. But this, I'm gonna keep an eye on this blue anchor, guys, and because it's an important line. If we slip under, so what this anchor is suggesting, the idea generated by this anchor is we are not going to fill this gap. This gap is going to be forgotten about. We're going to keep pumping, baby. But if the price falls below this volume weighted sentiment, then we all of a sudden start considering dumping all the way down to 64 again, right? So we're going to use the volume weighted average price tool to measure precisely when in the markets we slip under this particular line here on this BTC exclamation mark chart. And I'll be sure to mention it in my streams when that time comes. If we do slip under this sentiment, that would spell something bearish in the markets for sure, because very often gaps get filled. But I got a feeling like we may run up, potentially even to an all-time high. And then the gap would get filled, and either we pump from there and it's more bullish, or we come down all the way to the year to date and we're just simply not out of the woods yet over a long period of time. And then around the halvening time, we start seeing more hype. But yeah, it's hard for me to, I don't know what's on the other side of the mountain, guys. I just have a little flashlight. But yeah, that's that. I just wanted to mention this ill omen. Like, we are hopeful. We've come out of the gulag. But there's a gap. There's a gap down here that we really got to watch. I'm going to continue to monitor this sentiment. It's almost like we got blessed with more bull, but there's a curse. Like it's a bull with cancer. Like he has like something about him that's like not quite right. It's like it's an AI generated bull. It's like a bull with like eyes that are like looking slightly different directions, and like, or his hoof has like one extra toe on it, and so you know he's like an AI generated fake, you know? Yeah. So so this is like an AI pump. We're looking actually for this gap to be filled at some point in the distant future. So, but until then, we got old resistances that are now support. We've got wind in our sails for the swing long kind of sentiment that we're in now, because we don't have clouds overhead. There's no more turbulence overhead. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with Bitcoin. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed all the altcoin analysis, and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing it again tomorrow. So yeah, God bless you guys, and thank you.